Let's keep that going.
All right, we're gonna give this a shot.
What's
Last
up,
week the
Gomertrons?
internet was bad,
Mm-hmm.
but this week we're gonna do it. It's gonna
Mm-hmm. It's
work.
gonna be better. All right. All
Okay, I'm ready.
right, here we go. One, two, three, click. One, two, three.
One, two, three. Great.
Good, dude? Yeah,
Yep,
it's
that's
great
good.
here. All
Okay,
right. Welcome, everybody, to the bonus disc.
what up?
How's it going, dude?
Hey, I've got some good news for you.
Wait, hold on. Hey, how's it going? I'm thirsty. Okay, I gotta bust right in. Hey, how's it going?
Sometimes it's right away.
Yeah, dude.
Just go
I
right
can't wait.
into it.
Can't wait.
Here's the good news. Speaking of cracking one,
Yep.
um, you don't have to pay me $4 for that Coors Banquet anymore
Oh, how come?
because longtime listener Chris, right after he heard the app, Venmoed me $4 to pay for that Coors Banquet. He felt so bad.
That's amazing.
Just
We
so
have the
I
awesomest listeners. That's
I
so
know. I guess
cool.
he
Thanks,
just looked
Chris.
me up on Venmo and sent me
Oh,
$4. He's like, "I'm sorry you had to drink that. Here's the $4 to go to your grocery budget."
that's amazing. I was talking to my dad last night,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that Coors used to be better back in the day.
Okay,
He said it actually used to like not be pasteurized and only available in Colorado.
I see.
Because did you know I grew up in Colorado for like a year or two?
I did. Yep.
Okay, so born in Wabasha, Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
But then we moved to Greeley, Colorado. I
Right.
don't know why I'm saying things so stupid. Sorry.
It's
um,
fine. I've
for my
not
dad
been
to
to
do grad
Greeley, but
school.
I've been close to Greeley.
Okay.
Um, and I do know some university staff that work in Greeley. So
Ah.
yeah.
Okay. So apparently it used to be more along the lines of like, just an in-state
Right, like a
better beer.
Culver's
And
used to be, or an In-N-Out used to
sure.
be a regional
Yep.
treat. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Well,
it used to be like Culver's cheese curds used to be.
okay. So the quality was better too. It wasn't only just a regional special thing. It was that Coors tasted better.
That's what he was saying. Now he was
Okay.
also like, didn't have any money,
Uh-huh.
poor college student,
Yep.
so still it's a banquet.
The special bank. We're having
Like
a special banquet tonight.
right. So that's the other thing is like it's like the value was so high on the priority list,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah.
But just imagine if they tried to make spotted cow for the nation.
Uh-huh. The
The
quality
the
would go way
quality would
down. Yep.
tank
Yep.
and the specialness would go way
Yep.
down.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the current state that Coors is,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
according to my 3 or 4 sips last week,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I'm gonna go for Coors more. So, Chris, you don't have to worry about sending me a lot of money, but thank you for that $4. You are the this month's um I'm trying to think if there's like some sort of
Sponsor of them.
the listener of the month. Chris is the listener of the month, the
Now
Gomertron
people
of the
know how
month.
to become. Yes, we should give our Venmo out and our PO box. Ooh, dude, we got to get our PO boxes rocking again.
Still paying for that dang PO box. I paid
Me
for it all
too.
year.
We got to
Oh
get
my
those PO
god.
box numbers out so people can send stuff again if they want.
Right. So this is just, I mean, maybe I'll make a little graphic of Chris. You know how they have it like
Mm,
at Home Depot, like the employee of the month or whatever. You see that when you're
right.
waiting in line. Chris, you're the Gomertron of the month. Thank you for that $4 to pay for that disgusting swill I drank last week.
Oh man, dude,
Ugh, yuck.
that's hilarious.
Okay, but we are going to talk. Well, I was going to say that this episode we're going to talk about something much more delicious, but that remains to be seen.
Mm, right.
Um, this was my idea. I take full responsibility, and here's why: because I think our perfect blanks
Yeah.
are some of our best eps.
Oh, I love them totally, and I can't wait to start verses.
Oh yeah, this was a idea you had. You texted me
Yep.
yesterday. Actually, this is how it went, Nation. You said, I've got two things. The first thing is I had an idea we should do verses on the podcast. Like your idea was Batmobile versus DeLorean, right?
Yep. Or like totally Falcon versus Enterprise.
Yeah, definitely.
We can do versus. I mean, best. It's not best of. It's cage match.
Yeah, the cage
You know
match.
what I
I love
mean?
that. Yep.
Yeah.
Um, and then I waited for a long time, and finally I texted back and I said, "What's the second thing?" And then it was like 2 hours later, and you said, "Oh, I forgot."
I was actually running, dude.
Okay, got it.
And I texted that. I was like, dude, I have two things. And then
Yep.
totally forgot. Dang it.
I loved it. Anyways, this is my idea. I thought these perfect things have been going so well, and I was like, I love the seasonal stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like I'm gonna pleasure stack by
Hmm.
putting perfect Halloween candy and then perfect Thanksgiving side right
Yep.
after.
Right.
Here's where I went wrong. I forgot this this thing that happened last year, which
Mm.
was we decided we don't like Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
So I don't know how this is gonna go, but I
Well,
kept it in the schedule. I thought, okay, let's still talk about this. It's still interesting.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but it still felt like something that would be fun for us to talk about. The perfect Thanksgiving sides. Both of us have history with this.
Hmm. Right. And I'll have to redo my hot take a little bit and maybe like take it back a little bit and talk about how I figured out what I hated about Thanksgiving, right? Like the absolute epiphany.
Yeah,
Should I just do that real quick right now?
let's do it right now.
Okay, so if you're new to the Patreon, last year I came in with a hot take that I actually don't like Thanksgiving and I
Right.
don't ever want to see it again.
Very strong take. I
And
I never I think you said I would be okay if I never ate their traditional Thanksgiving meal again in my life.
yes. Yep. And here like during it, so then
Yeah.
we had it last year sort of because it
Uh-huh.
was total COVID, right?
Right.
It was
Yeah.
like the COVID Thanksgiving. So we had like our few neighbor friends
Mm-hmm.
and, it was super small and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
I realized that it's not as much the flavor, although the flavor is often bland.
Yeah.
It was the texture and mostly the temperature at which
Oh,
Thanksgiving
right.
meal is served
Yes.
that is why I don't like it. So I realized, Thanksgiving there's like 20 things, and
Mm-hmm.
if you were to try to like time that all right,
Right.
all to be hot at the same time, impossible. So what basically ends up happening, because it's always buffet style or
Uh-huh.
family style,
Yep.
is everything is lukewarm.
So it's not like when you're at a restaurant and you do I've been at like family style restaurants before where they cook everything at once, they bring it all out, it's all hot,
Right.
great.
Yep.
This is, and I see what you mean. You have to bake or cook these things in shifts. And so whatever the thing that was cooked an hour ago
Yep.
was, that comes out, if you're lucky, lukewarm. And that's hard.
Okay, let's pull up a little revelation here. Okay,
Okay,
so I
yeah.
got my phone out. If you're on Patreon, you saw I was on my phone while Steven was talking.
Scrolling, he's finding a note, I'm assuming.
Just no, just I was just scroll. I was just looking at Instagram. This isn't interesting enough for me. I thought I'd just kidding. I'm just 100%.
He's just drifting out of this conversation.
I love it when you see people like you and I have talked a lot about that, like because you've done training and you
Hmm.
train people on paying attention,
Right.
especially in conversation and meetings.
Yeah.
And so you were like, when people glance at their watch, people glance at their phone, you're
Oh,
like, don't do that.
I have acquaintances and friends.
Mm-hmm.
The minute I start talking, they are out.
Yep.
It's
Hundred.
their eyes go up They are not listening.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell either, again, if I'm lucky, they're thinking about what they're going to say next, or else
Right.
they're just checked out. Like, I, I mean, there are people that I just know I don't like to talk to this person because
Yep.
they never listen.
What
So
was
that's
that?
not what Anthony was doing just now. You were engaged in the conversation, just
Hmm?
looking for something to add.
What? Yeah. What was that?
So rude. So rude.
Just kidding.
He was just, if you didn't see it, he was looking off to the side, drinking his dang polar seltzer, whatever that is.
I was
Ah,
listening 100%. I'm just kidding. No,
you know what? Just let me tell you,
I know. No, I
it
know.
takes so much energy to talk to somebody who's not
Yep.
a listener.
Oh
And I
yeah.
never want to be that person. Oh gosh. Sorry, I could go off,
No.
but whatever.
No, no, no. For sure. Like it was during that conversation you and I had a couple years ago. We never talked about it on the podcast
Mm-mm.
that I really started thinking about like like how I talk to other people, how I listen to other people,
Yeah.
turning the phone over,
Mm-hmm.
turning the. I mean, for some reason, it's the watch also bugs me.
Yeah.
So when you
Yep.
have an Apple Watch, so like I have one of my great friends. I love you, brother. He's not a Patreon.
Right.
Um, but if he ever does listen to this, and I'll if he does hear this and he talks to me and he figures out who he is, none of that's gonna happen. He has like so many apps: WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Slack, GroupMe.
Slap.
Yeah, he's slapping stuff. And so like whenever I talk to this wonderful dude,
Uh-huh.
he like at least every 30 seconds there's some notification and he has them all pushed to his watch.
Ugh.
I mean, I have all notifications turned off on my watch because
Me
I
too.
hate that.
Yes.
And so and I know this dude's a good listener, he's listening, he's paying attention, but it's so like, bro, like I'm sharing my heart about my kids or like my job or like,
That's exactly what I mean.
you know what I mean? And you're like,
For the speaker, for the sharer, somebody who
mm-hmm.
has those notifications on, okay, this feels like a revelation to me right now. It's not
Hmm.
only like me that those notifications affect.
Mm-hmm.
It's the
Mm-hmm.
person who's trying to talk to me, and my
100%.
phone is on the table, and
Yep.
and so then for when I'm talking to somebody like that, I'm like, do you have to get that? Like, is that what a world
You're
we live
always
in,
like,
right?
do you need that? Like,
Yeah,
you like, am I still? Are we still here? Like, it's that thing of like that Harvard study that declared that we're only like our mind and our feet are only in the same place 40% of the time.
right.
Like, we're not actually present in
Yeah,
body
right.
where we are in our minds. And so
Yeah.
then when you're talking to some, so like I have actually multiple times when that's happened, be like, just stop. 'Cause I'm like, like, I'm wasting this energy in this story because like you don't care, you're
No,
not listening,
it's not going to be
you know.
remembered. Yeah,
It's like
definitely.
when sometimes when you're talking to like when you're just small talking with people, I'm like, they don't care.
Uh-uh.
Nobody cares. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Why are people listening to us now?
That no, that's the big mystery because this is supposed to be about Thanksgiving science, and we just did a 10-minute tangent
Sorry.
on listening well. We
Sorry.
maybe I should do like just for our Gomertrons like a an episode of training on how to have a good conversation with someone.
Oh, I think it's
It's a skill.
yeah, no. Well, no, ever since you and I had that conversation, I've thought about it differently. I turned my phone over, I turned all my notifications on my watch off, and
Mm-hmm.
I try to like have good eye contact.
It's
Cuz you
especially tricky on
yeah.
Zoom because sometimes I am actually taking notes
Yep.
as a way to listen. And so then I found myself a lot having to say, um, I'm paying attention right now, double. I'm taking notes. So if I'm looking down, it's not because I'm looking at my phone or my watch. I'm looking down because I'm listening.
Right. Well, no,
Anyways.
no. Anyways, that whole reason was about my phone
Uh-huh.
to read Jesus's words from Revelation 3:16.
Okay.
This isn't John 3:16, which everybody knows.
Right.
This is Revelation 3:16. So, because you are lukewarm, neither hot nor cold. I am about to spit you out of my mouth. And
So this biblical what we're
this
talking
is
about.
this is of biblical proportion, and that's massive hyperbole. That's like pretty sacrilegious. I'm sorry,
Oh well, sometimes we're like
but
that. Yeah.
but lukewarm is why I don't
Mm-hmm.
like. So bland. I
Mm-hmm.
texted this with Hack yesterday
Yeah.
because he was like, my disdain for Thanksgiving is one of his favorite things in the world, or something like
Right.
that. Which I
Yep.
feel bad because I'm going to sort of let him down on this episode because there's a lot I still love.
Right.
But it is the bland, which
Uh-huh.
we're going to hopefully work on this episode. It's the texture, which there are ways to fight that, but it's the lukewarm. I want to spit you out of my mouth. Revelation 3:16.
Okay. Great. I think that would probably make sense to a lot of people. Um,
Yeah, because you eat this meal lukewarm 95% of the time,
I agree.
right?
And that's not anybody's fault. It's the nature of the game. It's
Oh,
like,
for absolutely. But well, think about like Chinese food, hot A Chinese food,
yes.
like right from Changjiang, or
Mm-hmm.
like some wok when it's like so hot and flavorful it almost stings your mouth.
Right.
It does, or that, or like fried rice does not taste as good. Or McDonald's French fries is a classic example.
Right. Yep.
The bliss point is 90 seconds after, and it only gets worse, like a new car driving off the lot. You know?
Yeah. It immediately goes down 20% value right
Yeah.
when you drive it off the
Right.
lot. Yeah. So if you love Thanksgiving food and you think we're real downers, listen, it's like we're not telling you you're a bad cook. This is just the nature of the game. It's a traditional meal
Totally.
that's
Yep.
really hard to prepare where every food actually tastes good. I don't know the
Yep.
answer to this. I think there may be some sort of answer, and Chad has been texting us about his words, not mine. Blacksgiving, which is like black people's Thanksgiving, is different, and the
Oh yeah,
foods
I've
that
been
he's
to his
sending
many
us,
years.
right? He's the foods that
Yep.
he's sending us. A lot of those foods are made. I noticed stove top, not oven, and so I
Mm,
think that there might be something to that. That it's like the rotation of things you have to put in the dang oven, and so
that's yeah.
you're having to make those things so far in advance.
And
um
people are bringing it over too, and it
oh,
was
that's
in
true,
their
sure.
oven like 2 hours ago. Or they're like, "Hey, if you have any space, I need to throw this in the oven for a couple minutes."
That
Like,
dance, yeah.
totally. So it's also that. It's the covered dish. That's what they call it in the South. The covered dish. The
I
potluck.
also know that I'm saying all this, and I'm so Alex and his family are coming to Flagstaff for
Oh
Thanksgiving,
man, gels, dude.
and my parents are coming.
No way.
Now my parents are both listening to this episode right now,
Love you.
and so we love
Love
you,
y'all.
we love Thanksgiving.
Yes. Oh
and
no.
so and
Oh
so
no.
I'm downplaying
Sorry.
or like throwing this meal that is my responsibility to make this year.
Okay, so maybe we're gonna learn some tips here. We're gonna make it good.
Okay, great.
Okay.
So
Okay, this is
can
good.
can
Good.
can
I'm
we do
glad you
this
said
to
that.
start?
Sure.
I just did a little research.
Mm-hmm.
Google search. This is
Mm-hmm.
true. Google search best Thanksgiving sides,
Ooh. Okay. All right,
and
let's go. Let's do it.
I got this top 10 classic Thanksgiving dishes ranked from this thing called For the Win. It's like a sports
Okay.
um offshoot of USA Today, and they
Great.
rank things. Okay. Actually, maybe I'll
What
share
about
screen.
Ranker? Oh yeah,
I
share
looked
screen.
at Ranker. It was too. I didn't like the layout.
Okay. No, great.
Um,
No, it's
but I'm gonna share screen on
important.
this,
Mm-hmm.
so that you can see, because I think the pictures actually add to it because they look pretty disgusting.
Oh, okay.
Can you see this? Is this
I
working?
I
My
can.
share screen.
Yep, I can totally see it. Let me
Okay.
also say I
Hmm.
didn't eat lunch. I just had an apple,
Okay.
and I'm hungry, bro. So
Dang.
that
Okay.
helps.
Okay. You're right. That does help.
That helps.
We can talk in a future episode about like timing of eating on a Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have time for it on this one, but you know what
Well,
I
and you
mean?
know our
Like,
Thanksgiving tradition.
tell me. I probably
Um,
do.
we usually do a turkey trot
Right? Yes.
and then McDonald's breakfast on the way home to
Oh
make
no.
Thanksgiving.
So what are you gonna do this year?
Um, well, we'll just get Chick-fil-A or something. Oh, that'll
Okay.
be closed. We'll figure something out. A Dunkin' Donuts racks, something like that. But it's
Okay.
just something fun with the girls.
Yeah,
It's super
definitely.
fun. Like, 'cause we do a
Yep.
race, we're all hungry,
Mm-hmm.
and so we get a fun thing, and then eat like 3 o'clock or later.
And then what?
So,
Okay. 3 o'clock or
yep.
later. Got it. So early dinner slash late lunch, but you don't eat between those things.
No, but you're eating while you're cooking. You
Exactly.
know,
Yep. And so
sampling.
you have to be careful about that if you want to be hungry when dinner comes. You can't be eating the whole time you're cooking. It's
Right.
such an ordeal.
Now I'll tell you that too. You're eating it while it's hot.
That's true. And so you're eating it when it tastes best, right out of the oven.
For example, I cook like an extra quarter pound of Italian sausage that I'm going to put in the stuffing slash
Yeah.
dressing,
Uh-huh.
and just eat that. And it's like the
Okay.
best part of the day.
Okay. Well, let's go through these. I don't know if you see this at the bottom of this article. They also have Adam
Adam Sandler.
Sandler singing the turkey
Hmm.
song, which I do love. Maybe I'll put that in here at the
Ooh, yeah.
close.
Please.
I love the turkey song. And we just watched Hoobie Halloween starring Adam Sandler the other night. A new
What?
Adam Sandler Netflix movie called Hoobie Halloween. He's a
Oh, that sounds great.
big surprise, a man child,
Hmm.
and he saves his town because he loves Halloween.
Oh, okay. We got to watch that. And
It's
what's the
it's
Thanksgiving movie we need to watch?
Jack and Jill, my
Oh yeah,
boy.
Jack and Jill. Okay. Yep. This year.
Yeah, right.
No, 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 no. We'll do it. Jack and Jill, and then Planes, Trains. Obvi.
Actually, you know what?
What?
Jack and Jill has a similar structure to When Harry Met Sally. And when you watch Jack and Jill, you'll see what I mean.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
It's it's similarly laid out. I'll just say that. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Number 10. This is Thanksgiving dishes. My bad. Thanksgiving dishes. And number 10, they have turkey.
Wow.
They put turkey all the way at the bottom. Look at this disgusting
That,
picture
that
of this
looks pretty
turkey.
sick. That looks sick.
If you're a 13.1er, you can watch along. But I don't know where they got this picture of this turkey. It looks like day old.
Yeah, that looks really bad, dude. Like, it's probably just the coloring of like the way the photo got.
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
those
it
little
looks kind of
loonies.
like thin. It looks like they've got
Yeah.
grapes as a garnish.
Yeah, I mean that's supposed to be cranberries, but
This is bad.
and like curly parsley,
Yeah,
which does get a bad rap, but flat
I
leaf.
suppose
Gotta go
so.
flat leaf.
Yeah. Okay, your thoughts on turkey?
Okay. Thoughts on turkey? Spatchcock
You got to
is awesome.
spatchcock that for sure. Um,
Spatchcock.
yep,
I used to think so. We've been making Thanksgiving dinner for 18 years
right.
ourselves. Well, we've been home for some of them, but I always wanted to do like bigger the better.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that actually is wrong, I think.
Okay.
First of all, you have to thaw it. If you don't get like a, oh man, we have some vegan listeners too. I'm sorry,
Well, that's okay.
but
We'll get to some
if
vegan dishes here. That's fine.
okay,
Yeah.
I know, but this is the turkey's like one of the only times where you're like actually can see. I feel bad now, but you can like look at this picture. That's
Yeah.
clearly an animal.
Totally. I agree. It is put on the table in the shape that it was when it was alive.
I guess ribs.
I think ribs are worse, right? It's just like because it's
Yeah.
bone and it's shaped like that. Yeah, but I know what you're saying. So can I tell you our issue this year is that
Okay.
I've told this stuff about how like the people we bought this house were short, small people.
Oh right.
Their ovens, we have two ovens, which
Uh huh.
sounds great, like they're
Right.
stacked on top of each other. They're
Yeah.
small. None of our pans fit inside. There is
Oh
no
no.
way we are going to be able to fit a spatchcocked turkey into either of these
Oh.
ovens. So
Oh.
the current plan is to
Hmm.
actually cut the turkey up even more
Okay.
and
Here, let me.
cook it. It's gonna be this is gonna be an adventure for us this year.
Okay, it's gonna be awesome. Let me tell you a Southern tradition Now there's
Okay.
the northern tradition, and actually it's become such a tradition over the last 2 decades, which is the frying of the turkey.
Right. Yep. The deep
I've had
frying. Yep.
Chad's dad's fried turkey a couple times was
Uh-huh.
incredible.
Yeah.
It is incredible. One
Okay.
of the traditions, at least down here at a lot of the like barbecue places,
Uh-huh.
is you can pre-order a smoked turkey.
Okay.
And so, I mean, like, they're every single really good, not every single, but lots of the really good, like, award winning barbecue places are already sold out of their
Huh.
turkeys.
Shoot.
And people
Okay.
do
I mean,
this. They
it's a
go
good
and
idea
buy,
for yeah.
a professionally smoked turkey.
Well, and
You're like,
especially
oh,
if
so
you
the
don't
hardest
have the
part's done.
capability. Yeah, if you don't have the
Yes.
capability to cook it well, like we don't necessarily right now, and you're having family over.
You should look around, see
Okay.
if there's a place where you can order a turkey, honestly,
Okay. The other thing is we do
with your
have a
oven
friend
thing.
who's going to be out of town that weekend that has said we
Oh.
can use their oven. But then we get into this
Mm.
issue of you have to then
All right.
it's like another step. You're cooking it, it's hot, and then you're
Yeah.
transporting it across town.
Like, and are you gonna like make the gravy there,
Right,
like, because you
exactly.
need sort of like the drippings and
Yeah.
you know
Yeah. So I pitched to Jessica,
yeah.
what if it was a turkey free Thanksgiving?
uh,
My idea was to do a boeuf bourguignon, Julia Child
oh
style.
baby,
Um,
yeah.
and she thought it would be too much of a stretch. Too much
You mean not
going
traditional enough or
right.
too? Okay.
That
I
that
know
would
it's
work.
awkward, your family's listening.
Well, I don't care. I think that would work for our family, but I do think that no turkey would be a bit jarring. And so we're going to
Yep.
still try to figure out how to do that. Okay.
Yep, I get it.
All right. Here's number 9. 9 they have as green bean
Oh
casserole, a very
man,
popular one, I feel like,
these
for
really
our
are
listeners.
these are the worst pictures, dude.
This is not what green bean casserole should
No,
look like.
these are like, you remember on Santa Claus when they like zoom in on everything.
Yep.
Like, so that's early 90s, right? Or mid 90s. These are
So
the
for some,
pictures from
yeah,
that.
I'm not sure why they got these pictures. This is obviously a canned green bean. That's one issue. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's like one of these. It's like each bean in this picture is like short and stout.
Yeah. Yeah, no human hand cuts like that.
Right. A much better green bean casserole is like fresh green beans. You put in that
Yes.
tomato soup and you put on those crispy onions and it's good.
No, 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 no. Mushroom soup, bro.
Oh, right, right. That's right. Sorry,
Oh,
cream
that
of mushroom
sounded
soup.
sick.
What did I say?
I almost threw up. Tomato soup.
Oh,
I almost just threw
I,
up.
I, I sincerely apologize. That is a horrible mistake. How dare I? Um, I think I like green bean casserole if it's burning the roof of my mouth.
Yes. Okay, that's one that A, if cold is terrible, B, if flaccid is terrible.
But that's the issue because if you reheat a green bean casserole, those crispy onions are gonna
Yep.
soften.
Yep. Totally. So I
That is
know.
a rough dish to serve well.
Yeah, revenge is a dish best served cold. Green bean casserole is a dish best served scalding hot and crispy.
I suppose probably
Also,
the answer
yeah.
to that is to just reheat the bean mixture
Mm-mm.
as hot as you can get, and then right before you serve it, just put those
Yep.
crispy onions on the top.
Yeah, deconstruct.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good. Okay, now I will say I do love when this is done right and it's
Yeah,
the right temperature and it's the right texture. I love this.
yeah. Okay,
Like, it
me
makes my
too.
mouth water to think about this in like a perfect setting.
And
Also, there
is
was
there any other time of year that you would eat this dish?
we've actually made it.
Okay,
We've actually made it because we were craving it.
okay,
And
interesting.
if you're a family of four or just ooh date night, hello,
Guess what
like,
we're
and
having?
you,
It's a night of real romance. Green bean casserole.
dude, totally. Oh, have you ever had chicken spaghetti?
No.
That's another southern dish that we were introduced to down here.
Okay.
Um, who's that that the Pioneer Woman.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Her chicken spaghetti, dude, recipe is so good. We make that with Olive Garden salad, like homemade Olive Garden salad.
Just
It
so you know,
is.
I'm listening to you. I'm just looking down and taking
Yep.
notes.
Okay. Yep. Take some
Chicken,
notes, but chicken
chicken
spaghetti,
what? Chicken spaghetti. Okay.
Pioneer Woman.
Thank
It's
you.
really, it's really like Southern casserole kind of feel.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a soup in it
Yep.
and like
Okay.
peppers and onions and chicken and spaghetti. It's delicious.
That sounds great. I
Okay,
mean,
so
I like a casserole. It's just it can be
mhm,
unruly, especially this one with so many different textures to try to
right,
take care of when you're trying to heat it up.
we made this homemade once. I think is when we were living in New York, or no, maybe Florida,
Okay.
and we made a homemade. It was actually this. It was our homemade cream soup. I think it was actually cream of celery, which sounds weird,
Okay.
but it was
No, no, I've had cream of celery. That's good.
delicious.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was so like it was salty enough and peppery enough. It
Yeah.
actually worked.
Okay. All right. That's
I am
good.
getting so hungry, bro.
Okay. The eighth one is
Okay.
cranberries.
Yeah. Now
Now, at
this I
least the
love.
picture here is
Mhm.
not the you would have thought with the pictures we've seen so far that it would have been
Yeah.
canned in that retains the shape, which
Right.
we I think we've talked about this before, has its place and has its value. This picture is of
Yep.
actually it looks like cranberry sauce made. My sister-in-law Erin, who's coming, makes a great cranberry sauce. I think I'm going to
Oh,
ask her to do
yum.
that. Um, yeah, and that just feels like a very seasonal topping. Would you say it's a side though?
Yeah. See, I think of it more as a condiment
Yeah, for sure.
or an accoutrement.
Now,
Accoutrement.
have I told you this before? I never knew that about cranberry sauce until
Okay.
I got married that it wasn't a side.
Okay.
Because in our family we would cut a slice and you just put it as a side on the plate and eat
Sure.
it like jello. And I think
Okay.
that's not super uncommon.
I would eat it though. I love. I don't think there's a cranberry sauce I don't at least like.
You've never met a
I
cranberry sauce you don't
Yeah.
love.
I never met a slice of cranberry sauce I didn't like. I it is one of the perfect condiments.
Okay.
It's so sweet and tart and
Yeah.
yeah, I love it.
And
I would
again,
I
very, very holiday specific. Is
see
you're
this
not going to
again.
eat cranberry sauce in the summer, are you?
Well, remember I told you PDQ, our favorite chicken restaurant in one of
Oh,
our
right.
favorites in St. Pete, and they made the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving sandwich. So every couple
Mm-hmm.
weeks, I
Oh,
would get that
they
grilled
serve that all year round.
all year round, dude.
Wow. Okay, so we have a sandwich place in town that does a Thanksgiving sandwich, but they only serve it in the fall.
Oh, okay. Oh
So
man,
even that
yeah,
feels like a seasonal thing. I don't this
sure.
seems almost kind of borderline. I wouldn't want to go there in the spring or summer because it is so specific.
Could it be though? Like if you had it in July, it's like Christmas in July. It's like Thanksgiving in July.
Sure. Yeah,
You
that's
know,
true. That
I
might
mean,
be fun.
if you went to a restaurant in June and they
Yeah.
served the Thanksgiving sandwich, wouldn't you want to maybe try it?
I would certainly consider it.
Okay.
I would it would give me pause when I got there on the menu.
Okay. I love it.
All right. Number 7, they've got
Oh,
pumpkin
baby.
pie.
Yeah. Hmm.
I really like a pumpkin pie. I think if I had my choice, I would go for like a pumpkin cheesecake.
Oh, gosh, yum.
But there's
Yum.
something about that just kind of classic pumpkin pie.
Yep. I love it.
Uh-huh.
Uh, that picture actually looks pretty good. That
Actually,
graham
I'm
cracker
pretty
crust
impressed.
looks
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
a little weird. Like it looks a little dark on the crust. Crust.
Sure. Yeah.
Sorry, I can't talk because my mouth's watering. Um,
You should go take a
that
COVID
does
test quick. You know, sometimes you're taking a COVID test and you're like, I can't drool anymore.
put it up my nose instead. Just put it up my
I'll
nose,
take that old
mom.
nose one. Just put it right up my nose, mom.
Um, yeah, pumpkin pie. So that's another southern thing. They do sweet potato pie.
Right. Yeah.
also excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Erin does this thing lately where she something with like pumpkin puree and like
Mm.
yogurt or something and makes this like dip like
Oh,
that she
okay.
dips apples in. That's super good.
Huh. Interesting.
And it's actually I think it's like Weight Watchers the Noomi
Okay. Right.
healthy
Yep.
and also really yummy.
Okay.
I love it.
Okay. I
But
like a
again,
pumpkin pie.
this
Oh,
yes,
go
go ahead.
ahead.
No, I was just gonna say again though, this does go with my mushy.
Yep.
Thanksgiving in general is mushy.
That's why I think the crust is pretty important on a pumpkin pie
You're
for
right.
me.
Yep.
Because and well, whipped cream doesn't make it less mushy, but I like several textures in a pie, and
Yeah.
if it's just that pumpkin puree, right, which is the
Right.
pie part of the meat of the pie, it
Mm-hmm.
can feel a bit mushy. I agree. All right, number
Also,
six, they have mac and
pecan pie
cheese.
rolls too.
Yeah,
Okay, now this. Okay, so mac and cheese, hot take.
yeah.
First of all, I love all mac and cheese. It's probably my favorite food.
From the blue box
Um,
to the homemade, right,
totally.
to
From
the elite in a restaurant.
totally, there isn't a mac and cheese that I don't at least like.
Right.
I haven't had it. Well, maybe. No. Tell me what's a bad mac and cheese. Bland, I
The,
guess.
I think I've had some like off-brand blue box mac and cheese that has not been good.
Okay,
Um,
the only one I wouldn't like would be mushy noodles. They need to be a little bit al dente.
mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, I agree. Yep, and that's pretty important. And I find that the 7 minute instructions works pretty well for that al dente. You know how on the box, which I always
Yeah.
check, did I remember this
I
right? Oh yeah,
know.
7 minutes
I know. Why is it we still check that? Like I still check ramen. It's like we've been making it
every
for
time.
40 years.
Why do I
Oh, it's one
always
cup.
check
Oh,
the
it's
back?
three
Oh,
minutes.
how much is it? Yeah. Is it the whole packet? Is the packet before or behind? I can never remember. Um, you made us a. I think once you brought some mac and cheese to our house in Madison, my parents'
Yeah.
house, I should say, in Madison. And you came with like a 3 cheese homemade mac and cheese that was just to die for. So you guys
Yeah,
make
that.
mac and cheese also, right, by yourselves, like homemade mac and cheese.
So, growing up, I we never had mac and cheese for
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Oh
Never had it.
no. Okay, so that's
Still
what I was going
wouldn't.
to say. Mac and cheese is not on our Thanksgiving table.
Nope. I was gonna say it won't. It isn't on ours, and I don't imagine it being on ours
Yeah.
because it's. I think it's so special. Like because well maybe it's on like the kid table, right? Like I bet they.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
But like a a good mac and cheese like that, we that's like a star in and of itself.
Okay. Got it. You want it
You know what I
featured
mean?
only. I do. I do know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I'm catcher or I'm nothing. Like
Yep. It's like when you try out for a play and you get chorus and you're like, nah.
yeah, that's right. Mac and cheese can't be in the chorus. You're
No, it's got to
totally
be up front. It's got to be a
it's
lead.
it's the yeah at least the titled position.
Right.
Okay, I would say first of all that looks pretty good. I'd love to
Yep.
dig
Good
into that
picture of
right
mac
now.
and cheese. Yeah.
Um, Erin, one other thing she does that's so good is she does the cauliflower mac and cheese too, where
Okay.
she roasts cauliflower and like
Mm-hmm.
it's like I know it sounds healthy, it is,
No,
but
it's good.
man, the cauliflower there's something about that note. If you like cauliflower, that is so delicious.
And it's better than broccoli in a mac and cheese,
Yep,
I think.
yep,
Yeah, that's good.
totally.
All right. That I think is something that Chad would have on his Thanksgiving table is a really good mac and cheese.
Yeah, he's told us about that, and I've had it
Rolls
there.
is number 5.
Oh,
Rolls.
hmm.
I like
You
a
know,
I like a
yeah.
roll.
Who doesn't like a roll? I mean, definitely.
I
But
suppose the issue with rolls is that you'd fill up on them.
yup,
You don't want to fill up on that roll. You got to be careful. I like butter
sure,
and maybe honey on a roll. I don't know.
sure.
Rolls are fine.
I would say for the roll for us, it's for the sandwiches later at night.
Great idea. Yes,
They're there for
exactly.
the sandwiches.
Now, will you get like a roll that you make yourself, right? Like even if it's not like you're making it from scratch, but maybe something that you're taking out of a tube, or do you just buy a bag of pre-made rolls or like a Hawaiian
Yeah.
roll?
Oh yeah. So we often do the Hawaiian
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or the like the Publix deli rolls
Yeah.
or like a bakery roll. We
Mm-hmm.
don't use. So, yeah, sometimes you throw to get those ones from the freezer section and put them in there.
Yeah.
Nice and crispy. Sometimes
Yep. Flaky.
Aaron's family always does the crescent rolls.
Yeah, and so crescent rolls are I haven't looked at all these on the list, so I don't know if crescent rolls are considered something different, but crescent
Mm,
rolls are definitely a thing for my family.
so good.
Yep. What is the brand? You poke that guy and he goes
Oh,
hee. Yeah,
Pillsbury.
Pillsbury. Yep.
Yeah.
Pillsbury. They come out in those triangles, right? And
Yep.
then you wrap the triangle and make the crescent rolls. Yeah.
Oh yeah, big crescent roll. There. Just wait. Your algorithm. You're gonna look on your phone and there's gonna be like 20 things to make with crescent roll dough. Big crescent rolls listening.
Um, Number four, candied sweet potatoes. They say.
Mm, that looks good. Actually, that
Um,
picture looks eh. That guy's
yeah.
hand in there.
So
I don't think
I
there should
here,
be a hand in this picture.
get that hand out. Um, this is my big bomb. I
Oh, really? Okay.
I dislike a yam. I
Mm.
don't like a sweet potato. I've never liked it. I'm sorry to say, nation.
What about like sweet tomatoes has like a potato bar
Yeah.
when they sweet tomatoes R.I.P. Oh,
R.I.P. Yep.
total
Would you
best
go
ranch
to a
dressing
sweet
ever.
potato over a regular potato?
I'd probably pick a regular potato,
Okay.
but I do like a sweet potato. I do,
Okay. I
but
know
that's
that
okay.
sweet potato, like yams or sweet potatoes, are like really good for you. And some of the like Whole 30, right? Isn't it like
You're
that's a
right.
big part of Whole 30?
Yeah,
Or
like look at that color. It's good for you.
so that's one of the
I
reasons why
am
I
what I
don't think
am.
I could do Whole 30, because it's like, don't worry, you can eat sweet potatoes.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah,
you're like
I
that's
don't like that.
oh bummer. Okay, I will go out on a limb and say I do like a sweet potato.
Okay.
Yukon Gold is still probably my all-time favorite potato.
I love a
I
Yukon
love a
Gold.
Yukon.
I agree. We're in
Yep.
agreement here.
Okay.
Okay.
But I do
All right.
if that was there, I would take a huge spoonful of that.
Okay. And I would take none,
Wow. Okay.
if you can believe that. So that's just
Sweet.
something, people like different things, like you and tomatoes, right? If
Yep.
this was like mashed tomatoes, you would, Anthony would say. Okay.
Yeah.
Number three, they've got gravy, another condiment.
Mm,
Can we talk gravy a little bit?
yeah.
Gravy might be my favorite thing. If I was going to make this
Yep.
list, I might, well, and we are, right?
Yep.
Gravy is in the running for perfect Thanksgiving side
Okay.
for me.
All right. Yes. I want gravy on everything. Gravy on dude, we I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing it's not going to be on this list
Mm,
because it's not going to be above gravy.
okay.
Is we love butternut squash.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Love but so gravy on butternut squash actually is
Huh.
really good. Gravy
Okay.
on sweet potato casserole is actually really good.
Okay. Maybe
I
that's the
love
missing
gravy.
thing. Maybe I should take a big spoonful of candied yams
Mm.
and put
Oh
some
yeah, with
gravy
them.
on there.
What about with marshmallows on top?
See, I've never tried it. I've never tried
Oh,
that.
that is good. That
Okay.
is good.
So here's my thing about gravy. It's gotta be homemade for it to be my perfect
Sure.
Thanksgiving food. I've never
Mm.
really liked a canned gravy, but
Tastes fake.
then when I got married to Jessica, she was like, "Oh, I'll just make the gravy," and I was like, "What? You can do that?" And then she puts all the drippings and butter and a little. It
Oh,
makes a roux,
oh
and
yeah.
I could just drink it as a hot drink in front of the fire.
Yep.
That's how good it is.
Totally. Did you ever read Fat Dad or whatever that was? Jim
No.
Gaffigan? Dad is
Oh no,
fat.
that is fat. No.
Yeah. Me and Lily read that a few times.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
he just talked about a guy that was in the grocery store. No, it was at Walmart
huh.
at the checkout, and all he had in his hand, it wasn't a soda. It was a thing of gravy from KFC.
And he
And he
was
was like,
drinking it.
yeah, he was drinking it, and he said he looked right at me and drank it while looking at me.
Now, I, if I could, if that was socially acceptable, I might do that.
Just
That's
drink.
good gravy at KFC. Um, so I
Yeah.
really love gravy, and you're right, it just makes everything better. Okay, number two, they've got
Mm.
stuffing. This feels
All right.
controversial.
Okay.
Stuffing. Now I'm
That looks
assuming they
gross.
mean stuffing slash dressing.
There you go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
This picture is disgusting.
Yep, that picture looks terrible.
That's not a properly made stuffing that we see there.
Nope.
Over the past 5 years or so, I've been the dressing guy in our family.
Yep.
So I found a recipe that I like with lots of sausages.
Okay, yeah, tell me about your dressing, because this is up there for me too.
Okay,
I want to
so
hear about yours.
I get bread and I let it
Dude,
stale.
you do the bread.
Yeah. Yep. So
Props, man. That's
I
great.
and then I tear it by hand. No cutting.
Ooh.
I tear the bread by
Yeah.
hand so that they're little
Different
chunks.
sizes.
Yep. I put it in.
Mhm.
I add sausage and parsley and um I do a cranberry in it, a dried
Ooh.
cranberry, of
Sounds
course.
good. Mm-hmm.
Um Bacon
Mm.
and then chicken stock, or maybe I use turkey stock, I don't know. And then some other herbs and spices.
Yeah, 11 herbs. Do you do 11?
I don't know if I do 11.
Do you add that special herb?
What is this? Dune
Dude, yeah,
spices.
the spice from Dune and the special herb.
my my dressing not only is a hallucinogen, it also helps with space travel. Okay, so I actually I really like that, but honestly, if I get too much of it, it's such a rich the way, if you're gonna make your dressing yourself, often that can be a
Yep.
really rich and salty dish, and so I can't overdo it.
Okay. That sounds really good though, dude. I love it. Um
I also
if
like stovetop. I mean, I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
above stovetop. It's the same thing with
no
the
way.
mac and cheese, right? Like I really actually like stovetop.
Stovetop is something that you should make all the time.
We used
Why
to just
not?
eat it for dinner in
Yes.
college.
Totally. That was like so us, dude. We would do that same thing. It's like
Because you just
it felt
put like
so
a pat of
decadent.
butter in there. You
Yeah,
put water in, you microwave it, and you have like
totally.
part of a Thanksgiving meal for
I
dinner.
know. It felt decadent. It felt special.
Yeah, totally.
Cause like yeah, cause your own sides you're supposed to sort of like ration so that everybody
Mm-hmm.
gets some.
Yeah,
What are you having for dinner? Just stovetop. I
just
love
stuffing.
it.
Yep, me too.
I love that. Okay. I the only thing we do differently. First of all, I'm gonna try tearing it this year. Do it communion style. Love it.
Okay, yes, definitely. You also feel very spiritual when you do that. You're
Uh huh.
right.
For sure. Um, we do Italian sausage. I do the spicy.
Mm-hmm.
We also
Good. I do half and
we
half, spicy and sweet.
okay.
It's good.
I don't think spicy is spicy enough, so I just add all spicy
Yeah,
and
that's a
nobody.
good call.
Um, and then I also we also cut up apples and onion and like saute that up.
Onion for sure. Apples is a great idea. I should add that to the
We
mix this
add
time.
that.
Mm-hmm.
It's yummy. My
Yeah.
and so that's the only difference. And then my dad actually does. I want to say like oysters or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's a traditional thing, I think, to have
My
oysters in
dad's
your
done that.
dressing.
My
Yeah.
dad's done like chicken livers or something like that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
all of those, when I
it's
was
actually
looking for the
really
recipe,
good.
I was coming up across a lot of that.
Not good room temperature.
Ugh.
And that is not a criticism, Dad. You totally friggin' rock.
Right,
You're
but
awesome.
it's this thing again
You know what
where
I'm saying?
you're in a bind because
Yeah.
you got to serve everything hot. That's hard.
Also, imagine this being played. There's 30 people in a room. Thanksgiving dinner's out, and this is played. I would feel like such a jerk. Like,
I think we will listen back to this and realize we liked every single food.
I know you're right. We're gonna figure out we actually really love Thanksgiving.
Okay, number one, they've got mashed potatoes.
That is the worst look. Like that looks dry, right?
Mashed potatoes.
The
Okay,
picture.
here's my hot take.
Okay.
Mashed potatoes of any dish on that table
Yep.
is so volatile.
Hmm.
You can
Okay.
it can be too dry so
Yeah.
easily. It can be
Yep.
too wet so easily. The
Mm-hmm.
ingredients can be just a little off and it can taste
Yep.
like nothing
Yep.
or way too much.
Yep.
Mashed potatoes are hard. So
Totally.
I would agree that it should be up top, but boy, it's I've I have not only tasted but also made mashed potatoes that are the worst thing on the table.
Yeah, I'm not good at making mashed potatoes. Aaron's very good. I'm not. I didn't grow up eating potatoes.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really know what to do with potatoes. So, like, yeah,
Well,
I'm
you
not good at it.
besides like in fry form, you grew up having some fry like
Yeah.
mashed potatoes are just it's really hard because they can also get like um tacky.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
gluey or something.
gluey.
Yes. Yep.
And that's
Pasty.
rough. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's no
Aaron's
good.
family is very good at this. They're English, like they are potato masters.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I love that. If you can get a potato master at the table, there
Yeah.
you go. But for me,
They're
every time I start the process,
mm-hmm.
I don't know how this is going to end. It's like it's nuclear science or something. One inch this way or that way, and you could just blow up the whole endeavor.
Right. Yeah, these ones don't look good, and that
No.
sage on top of it, I like
Why
sage,
would you?
but that's the
No.
worst. Like that garnish doesn't make sense the way it is.
What is up with you, USA Today? You just pulled the worst stock photos of food. And
Totally.
the unfortunate thing is sometimes when I think about the Thanksgiving dinner, I think about that it's all beige. It's
There it
kind of
is,
all the
the
same
color.
color.
Yep.
Um, Here's what I want to say about Thanksgiving dinner. I think you can make it good, but boy, oh boy, it's tricky.
Yep.
Hmm.
Kick up the flavor, kick up the texture, and make it hot.
And I'm
And
saying
it's
all that being the host family for
wow. Are
this
you getting
coming
sweaty?
Thanksgiving. So
Getting nervous?
maybe that's one of the reasons why I was just like, Jessica, just let me make this dish I know I'm good at.
Yeah. Your palms are all sweaty.
I'm coming to the table like shaking
Yeah.
the spoon of the mashed potatoes like ding 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 on the
Right.
side. It'll
Poor
be
Ron
fine.
Weasley. Pull out your
um
yeah.
all right, so is there I think I'm going to stick with gravy as my perfect one. If it's made correctly, gravy
Yeah.
makes the meal. So that would be the perfect Thanksgiving side in my opinion.
Okay. I'll go. And I'm really glad we did this because there is something I deeply love about each one of these.
Me too.
So I'm going to go. If there's not cranberry sauce, it's
Mm-hmm.
missing something.
Oh, I love this.
If
You're going to
there's
go
not
cranberry
cranberry,
sauce?
yep, I'm going cranberry sauce. It's my favorite thing.
I couldn't be happier. I chose gravy and you chose cranberry sauce.
Yep. That's it.
It's it's actually the things that make the food that we are losing taste for a
Yeah.
little bit better.
Yeah. If they're there. Now, let me give an honorable mention to Duke's mayonnaise
Right.
and the 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Thanksgiving sandwich
Thanksgiving sandwich on a roll. Yep.
on a roll. I mean,
Yep.
a little bit, and you heat it all up, so
Uh-huh.
it's all hot,
Yep.
and heat up some of that green bean casserole on there. Put a few more crispy onions on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, I am so hungry. A little seasoning, salt.
That would be great.
Man.
On kind of I would like it on a rye that's a little bit toasted so you get a little bit of crunch on
Oh,
it, maybe.
sure.
Um, Let me give an honorable mention to Jello Fluff, a
Oh,
traditional
baby.
traditional dish in our family, which is
Yep. Mm-hmm.
strawberry Jello,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Cool Whip,
Mm-hmm.
None of this whipped cream out of a can
Right.
or
No, no,
made
no, no,
by
no.
yourself. No,
No
it's
way.
got to be Cool Whip
Yep.
and frozen sweetened strawberries. So it's all all that is very important. It has to be those three specific ingredients, and
Yeah.
then
Can't mess with that.
you just take a hand mixer to it, and 5 minutes later you've got Jello fluff. Alex, my
Yep.
brother, who's coming, like I said, is always in charge of the Jello fluff. It's one of those things, maybe
Yeah.
like Aaron with potatoes, where you're just like, anybody else who makes it, it's not going to taste right,
Yep.
even if it's just those three ingredients.
Yep.
Jello fluff, and that is always served in a separate little bowl
Yeah.
because you can't
Yum.
put that on the plate with the rest of the stuff; it'll get all over it.
Oh, sure. Yep. Aaron's dad makes a raspberry jello salad, sort of like that.
Uh
And
huh.
it's
Yeah.
multi-layer, so it's like
Uh
the
huh.
jello and then like a
Yep.
whipped cream layer.
Mm-hmm.
And dang, that's tasty too.
Yeah,
You're
that's
right. You
good.
got to have a jello. It's a congealed, they call it the congealed salad down here.
Okay.
You have your congealed, people bring lots of different congealed salads to the covered dish.
Wow. How
Smoked
appetizing
turkey.
does that sound?
Totally. And pear salad. Don't forget pear salad, dude.
Oh, right. Yeah, which I tried once and almost it was almost a like a Coors banquet situation.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm,
all right. We were gonna do a quick Dune review. I don't think we have time for it on this app. We should do a whole nother
no.
Dune app.
Yeah, let's just do a Dune app.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll do a Dune app because we only have 17 minutes until our friend comes on Zoom. And
Right. Yeah.
but here, could we close? Um,
With a
I
prayer.
was gonna.
Just kidding.
Let's close with a prayer. Let's not be lukewarm, either hot or cold.
Yeah, you can pray for this meal I'm gonna be making in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Okay, close with what? What were you saying?
No, I was gonna close with some Sonos chat, but that should be its own
Oh.
episode as well.
No, I want to save Sonos chat to Gomer's favorite
Yeah.
things.
Okay, great.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
And then I was also gonna talk about the score to Perfect Storm, which I've been listening to recently.
Another hour's worth of material.
Yes, because I want to talk. I want to do a little James Horner chat at some point soon.
Right. Okay. We should do perfect movie score minus J Dubs.
Yeah,
Wouldn't that be fun?
super.
Like, I am actually curious about what your favorite movie score is. That's not a John Williams movie.
Yeah,
Think about it. We'll do it coming up. I think in 2022 we're going to do a lot more perfect blanks.
yeah. Perfect blanks.
That
I love
seems
it.
like our bread and butter, our crescent rolls and butter.
Oh man, I'm so hungry. Is anybody listening to this? Are you hungry? Doesn't that? I wish we could hear some people right now. Like, what do you all like to eat?
What do y'all like to eat? What a question. I think
Like for Thanksgiving.
people are probably listening right now thinking, you guys don't dislike Thanksgiving at all.
right.
You just
Sorry, hack.
you came to the end of this and you're super hungry because you just talked about food that you like for an hour.
Yeah, you're right.
Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Maybe it's also like while you're eating it, the house is such a mess.
Sure. And
You
it
know,
feels
not the house, but like the kitchen. Do you know what I
well,
mean? Like, so it's like there's
yeah.
greasy dishes, there's weird floppy bits of turkey over there.
Yep, those floppy
You know
bits.
what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's just like it's a mess. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
it is going to be interesting in our house. Maybe I'll report on the Patreon after we've made the meal. Our kitchen is very small. Not
Right.
everything works.
Mm-hmm.
There's almost no counter space. Still, like 3/4 of our kitchen stuff is packed up.
Yeah.
And so I told, I'll end with this. I told my brother and sister-in-law, and I told my parents, you can come to Thanksgiving if you're okay with the fact that our house is like a disaster. and it's gonna be like, I don't even know what it's gonna be like to try to cook a Thanksgiving dinner in there. So we'll do our best. That's another reason why I was like, Boeuf Bourguignon has everything. It's a stew.
One pot.
You put it in
Oh,
one
baby,
pot.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you can serve it like friggin' boiling, and
Yep.
it just melts in your mouth. Maybe I'll just do that for like another meal that weekend.
There you go. That sounds so wonderful. Well, I told you my one of my favorite Thanksgivings of all time was
Hmm.
the time where we ate out. Like
Yeah.
we there was that market that
Uh-huh.
freshly makes everything, and
Yeah.
and we bought 4 Thanksgiving dinners,
Right.
like just like plates,
Yep.
hot, delicious.
Uh-huh.
Cleanup's a snap. It
That
was
sounds
it was
great. It's
incredible, and it was
the
all
cleanup is
delicious.
probably the biggest bonus to all that.
And almost all the dishes were as good or better than we could have done, and it wasn't expensive.
Right.
I am so hungry.
Okay. let's end this so we have
Okay, all
at
right.
least a small break between that we can munch on something. All right,
Some
dude.
crackers or something. Thanks, man. That was
Great.
super fun.
Yep.
Yep,
Happy Thanksgiving to all and enjoy it. It's a great meal.
it is.
Let's just say to our parents, we love you. We've always loved
Totally.
Thanksgiving meal. It's just
Yes.
it's just we're growing up or something. I don't know.
Well,
Maybe we're just dumb.
and now that we're the adults,
Hmm.
right? We it's almost like we give more credit and respect to what they did,
Oh yeah,
right? It's hard.
that's a hard meal to make. We respect you and we love you and we love Thanksgiving meal. It's our favorite meal.
Thank you. Thank you. We're thankful.
All right, dude. Have a great one.
All right, you too, dude. Bye.
Bye.
All right, let's stop that. 1, 2, 3, stop.
That's
All
funny.
right.
Okay.
Super fun.
Bye, Gomer Trons. We got to go eat something.
Bye, Gomertrons.